Hello YouTube, I am doing my second 100 days of making comics, and you didn't even see the two. Uh, what that means is I'm spending, uh, at least a half hour every day working on my comics, specifically A Night on Ghost Island, and I've been doing really good this week. I've spent way more time than a half hour every day. I am currently on week 12, which is day 84, something like that. So, let's see here. So I did some more pages. I don't want to show them because I'm to the point where I sort of where things are starting to get given away of what's going on and what the mystery of Ghost Island is. So I don't want to get in there. Oh, look at, I'm all like Michael Bay. There's lens flare. Anyways, but I did do a bunch of pages. I don't know how many. I do 2 at a time, because what I do is I do 2 on a sheet, as you've seen in previous videos, and so I pencil them both. And then I ink the one on the right side first, because I'm doing ink washes on watercolor paper. And while that side's drying, I start working on the left side. And then while the left side's drying, I take a nap. Or check Facebook, actually, because ink wash doesn't take that long. But yeah, so I did some more pages. And I went to the library and I scanned a bunch of pages, and I started to put them in a publisher file because for some reason I can't edit from the screen that well, so I need to print out my book and then I hand write the dialogue. Yeah, because on my dialogue, when I write it just directly into Illustrator, well, sometimes but anyways, what I was going to say is that when I write it directly in Illustrator, it comes off kind of clunky or whatever, and when I have it in print, it reads a little better. So, yeah, I got that idea because when I back in the first 100 days of making comics, I had printed out the first volume of my web series, Crawlers, and which was a like I already said, it was a web series. Sorry. When I printed it out, the proof, the printer proof, I like updated the dialogue, and I had stripped the dialogue down quite a bit because I used a font that was too big, and so when I reduced the font, then I could add back in some of the stuff that I took out. But anyways, that's what made me realize that I knew that I could proofread better with a physical copy. So when I get stuck on A Night on Ghost Island, that's what I do. I go to the library, I print out what I have done, and then I hand write all dialogue in, or I usually change stuff because I find stuff that I didn't like that I did before, and then I write more dialogue. And so I'm doing pretty good on my goal. I want to have the book done by the end of the month. And I'm almost at page 60, and there's going to be 80 pages of the book about. So, so I'm doing pretty good. That's still a lot of pages, you know, but it's definitely within the realm of possibility, especially if you see how like kind of fast and loose that I work. My comic art is more like storyboards or something, because I like to get it's all about the energy or whatever. I'm not like a great draftsman like Kevin Cross or something. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for the week. Oh, and the big thing is right now, what I was doing right before I posted this is or started recording this is I'm working on the Kickstarter. So the Kickstarter for A Night on Ghost Island is launching on the 1st of October, and it'll end Halloween. And my goal is really modest. I just want to print up 50 copies of the book for Skepticon, which is in November. So I'm just going through, and I've been making notes and stuff, and I'm just condensing all my notes into what's actually going on the page. And I'm doing a lot of my friend Ryan Wheaton raised a bunch of money on Kickstarter by my by my standards. He didn't raise like video game money or anything, but anyways, he had a pretty big goal, and it was to put out a single issue of a comic. And so what I'm doing is I start to write stuff, and then I go back to see what they did on what he did on his Kickstarter. I say I'm alternating between he and they, because the guy who he was hired by a writer to start the Kickstarter. So even though his name's on the Kickstarter, they made the book. So anyways, I wasn't playing the gender game. So I'll write a bunch of shit, and then I'll watch their video, because it's very bare bones, which is the best way to go. Little convention advice. When I'm at a convention, I say as little as possible to make the sale, because I have seen it on someone's face where they were about to buy something, and then I added something else that I didn't need to, and then they decide not to buy the book. So I'm trying to keep that principle in mind with Kickstarter, to say, like, it's little. I want to say just enough to sell someone on it. So I don't want to say anything more than that. And I like to run my mouth, because I was going to have a video that was only 4 minutes long, and now it's 7 minutes long. So that's proof. So I'm just going to end it there. I'll see you guys next week, and definitely check out the Kickstarter page when it's up. But in the meantime, you can go follow the Facebook event page, or just keep an eye on these videos. I'm doing all sorts of gestures off camera. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. So, and for those not good at math, this is day 84 of my 100 days. So, bye.